Yes, in this world, we believe that God is the one who gives life. We believe that God is the one who protects. He's the one who gives life and who takes the same life. So in this video, but before that, I urge you to subscribe, share, and comment. That will help us uh, to link up other videos. Um, we know that God is the one who gives life, and at the same time, God is the person who really take life. But have you ever heard of how rights of a person are violated by other person? Do you really understand that a person can own his rights without being infringed by another person? But what if someone infringe your rights? What can you do? Do you have the honors to challenge, to get a remedy over the violation? Today in this video, I'm going to talk about the human rights. What are the fundamental human rights you own in your life? Do you own any right over your life? It is very true. Let's see. Now, Chapter 4 of the Constitution of Uganda 1995, it tells us on how fundamental human rights are protected. Basically, these are rights and freedoms where the individual inherit, and they are not granted by the state, neither by any other person, but they are given directly from God. Meaning, it is just a mandate, an obligation given to the state to protect your human rights. Now, let's dive into what are fundamental human rights and what are they. Article 20 of the Constitution, it gives a little bit introduction on human rights. It tells us on how the fundamental human rights and freedom of individual and groups are enshrined into and shall be respected and promoted by agencies and government organs and any other agency or any other organ. So, in this Article 20, it tells us that you own your right, and it is not granted by a state, not even by your person, not even by your friend, but it is given by the person known as God. So now, why is it that your rights can sometimes be taken away or can be taken by any other person? Now, Article 20, it gives a little bit of explanation on how your rights are well given by God. When you see the case of Attorney General versus Salvatore Aboki, it was the case that explains on how the rights are inherent, that no one can take them. But can you hear the facts of the case? Now, Salvatore Aboki was convicted of cattle theft. After serving his prison sentence, the court made an order under a witchcraft act requiring him to leave his home village for 10 years. But he challenged the rule. On appeal, the Court of Appeal ruled in his favor, saying that the person, Salvatore Aboki, always have his human rights and they should not be inherent. Nobody should control, nobody should take your rights. It is just only God who gives those rights. Nobody should interfere with your rights. Let's dive and see what could be any other human right. When you look at Article 21 of the same Constitution, it gives equality and freedom from discrimination. It says that we are all equal before the law. We are all equal before the law. When you look at some essences where you find people act as if they own others' lives. It is very wrong, because we are all equal before the law. When the law calls, it must call every person in the same weight. When you look, this article, basically, it tells us that in some aspects, like sex, race, color, tribe, birth, disability, nobody should discriminate you for being the same. Nobody should come and discriminate you for being a male or for being a female. Nobody should do even going ahead and do the same because you're white or black, because